I hope you guys are doing well. It's been a good day so far. The sun's out, and that's a rare thing to happen in London. So my mood's good, and of course, I was thinking I need to release something good today. And I thought, why not do a reaction to Mason Mount since he's come back from his injury? He's been amazing for Derby, scoring goals for fun. And I know a lot of people have some doubts in regards to his qualities and whether he is the right material for us. So I'm hoping that with this match reaction, I can give my thoughts and opinions, as well as all of us just admiring the talents of the player. But before I get into anything, smash that like button. Help me get more than 500 likes for today's video. Enough of me now, getting straight into things. Obviously signing, and need to say shout out to CFC Videos. I want to say shout out to Tiggs as well. You know, they allow me to use their clips, obviously, to the reactions, and it's a massive help. They put in some fantastic work with the amount of time it takes them to, you know, find the clips, accumulate them, and edit them as well. So shout out to you guys, and it's great that we've got a Chelsea community. But, you know, Mason Mount, great pass. Obviously, watch that game against United. I like the era he plays in. And I'm going to bring up an interesting question to you guys. It's a bit of a side note, but it relates slightly. I've personally felt, going into the future in regards to our midfields, I don't know if we can survive with using both Jorginho and Kante. I think maybe for now, in Sarri's spell, yeah, it can work. But let's say hypothetically Sarri ever left, then Jorginho becomes unnecessary then. I mean, you've got guys like Mason Mount that, let's be serious, it'd be much more beneficial playing between the lines and in that area. How can we deny him that going into the future? So you guys comment below. If you had to pick between Jorginho and Kante for the future, who would you pick? But Mason Mount showing again. What a great first time shot that was. I mean, his shooting ability is just elite. It really, his footballing ability is just elite. I mean, look at that great shot then. Left foot, right foot. Shot technique on point. He can curl it in. He can blast it in. Near post, far post. Great play. But this is what I mean. People think that he doesn't have any source to his game. Of course he does. Like, if you're playing, if you've come through our academy, you've got something about you. It's as simple as that. But you can see why Lampard's been such a massive advocate for him. Stepped up a lot this season, Mason Mount. I mean, personally, I feel like he could have played at a higher level, but he's shown that, you know, he is ready for the next step now. Like his football intelligence. Sometimes I get that the De Bruyne-esque vibes from him. He's in that, you know, he's similar stylistically, and I think that that's the type of modern player for today's game, and it's great that we possess that. Comfortable beating his man, skills, cutting insides, played. Mason Mount, man, let's imagine that midfield of him, Ruben, plays it in as well. Again, that game against us shows you just how fantastic he is off the ball. And his intelligence is just far beyond his years, in my opinion. I mean, for him to lead the press, I mean, he really took out Fabregas in that game. And I could really see him complementing Sarri's style. You know, we need players effective in the press, and that's what Mason Mount does. The delivery, amazing. The guy's a top player. And that's the type of profile of player we're missing out on right now. You know, we need that guy that's great with the set pieces, that can get goals, that can make assists. You know, we had that in Mata, then we signed guys like Oscar and De Bruyne, and for some reason we gave up on that type of midfield player. But we've produced our own one now in Mason Mount. He's just so positive all the time. You know, so positive, and he's a match winner. He's got that mental edge. That's what I like about how he plays. Played. Like, you're not going to see Kante doing something like that, for example. You're not going to see Barkley or Cover doing anything like that. His movement in between the lines is so effective. You know, he links up the play, progresses it really well. Literally, modern day player, wins his tackles. Team started an attack now. Does the defensive work, and this is why I rate CFC Videos. Shows you all aspects of the player, not just goals. But again, it's this type of midfield player that we need. We need more of it. You know, I look at a Man City, and if you guys cast your mind back to the start of the season, I always spoke about the fact that if Sarri comes here, he can do things bigger and better. So, just because you have a Kante doesn't mean that he should stay there forever if you've got guys like a Mason Mount around. Because when I look at teams like Liverpool and I look at teams like Man City, they have much more offensive players in those areas, and it makes a big difference. You know, sometimes Kante isn't as effective, and he's improved a lot massively. But he's not going to be the guy that's going to get you more than 10 goals and 10 assists per season. That's not going to happen. But with Mason Mount, he's already doing stuff like that, and he's only going to get better. A very mature performance against us. I mean, if you're sorry, you have to take a note. Positive play again. I mean, this is what I love about the English players that we produce these days now. You know, they don't play like how they used to. They've got the technique, confidence in their ability, skill. Mason Mount, man. It's crazy amount of talent we produce. It really is. I do want to quickly just plug, obviously, Alex Goldberg has got a podcast out. For his first episode, he interviewed Mason Mount's dad, Tony Mount. So you guys, make sure you listen to that. I'll have it in the description below. Played Mount. I mean, look how quick he moves the ball. How many times we see guys like a Barkley not knowing what he's going to do with the ball? How many times has Cover played the safe pass? Played Mount. Doing this, yeah, tactical work on point. I've got high hopes for this guy, I really do. Great effort again. This is the type of profile of player we need in this team. I mean, this is a guy that's only going to get better in the future. And he could be similar to Frank Lampard. I mean, the goals he's scoring for his age now. I mean, let's be serious. If you had to compare Mason Mount and Lampard at the same age, Mason Mount's on a higher development scale compared to Lampard was, in my opinion. Look at the timing of the run too. Complete midfield player. The timing, he's always in those areas. You know, to be at his age, to get more than 10 goals in a season, incredible. Played Mount. This is exactly what we need. Yeah, he knows how to finish it. He's a guy that wins you points. This is what he does. He was doing it at Vitesse. All the goals he banged in. Do it in the Championship. Even being injured for a while as well. Gets in the books. I mean, that's the talent we produce is crazy. Damn. It's just, I know it's not fair to always make comparisons with what we have, but you know, I like to do that sometimes so we know like what we have and what we're missing out on. That's why comparisons can make a lot of sense. Starting the move again, finds the pass. I've seen Barkley in those areas, constantly messing the pass up. We saw in the recent game against Slavia. Easy options to Kante, for example. Not able to find it. Delivery as well. And it's like, think of the amount of goals he helps the team get, Mason Mount. Just with his involvement, look, moves, you know, moves the ball on, moves into space, progresses the ball so sick. Set pieces again. Like, this is something Lampard would get. I mean, Lampard used to bang in, what, 20 goals a season. A lot of that was from set pieces, and that's one thing we miss out on. I don't feel we profit as much from set pieces like we used to back in the day. But with the right personnel back in the team, we can start doing that again. Ambitious effort, but that's the confidence the guy's got in this game. Come on. I just find it crazy that some people have doubted this guy's ability, and when you've got a talent like this, you have to really think a lot about guys like an Owa, for example. Is he really on a different level compared to Mason Mount? I'm not too sure, in my opinion. The defensive work, application, bang, on point, wins the ball cleanly. Oh. That's that Chelsea sauce I'm telling you guys about. That's what I mean. The areas he plays in as well. All across the front three, comfortable. In the half spaces and tight areas, comfortable. Variety in his delivery. I mean, he's a creator. He's a modern day creator, you know. When I look at guys like Mesut Ozil, I'm not surprised why they struggle a bit now. You know, you need to have more to your game if you're one of those cams. You have to provide something defensively. And this is what we have in Mason Mount. That's a lot. Someone that takes long shots with quality. That's one thing I miss. That's one thing I miss. Starts attack again. Boom. And he's always in that area of the pitch as well. Always in that area in the middle of the pitch. Obviously be the passing option. Kickstart attacks. And this is why it's something that Lampard would do all the time. I see the Lampard vibes. Lampard, you know, this is why Mason Mount's more of a box-to-box threat this season for Derby. You know, Lampard back in the day would start attacks, he'd be in his own half, winning the ball. Most times, a lot of attacks that got started was from him winning the, you know, winning the tackle, starting that turnover for us. And then obviously making the late man running the books as well, which he used to profit from time and time again. And as you're seeing this season with Mason Mount, his movement in behind's got even better. And you can tell just working with Lampard for a year has had a major benefit to his development, a massive development. I mean, he's physically stronger now. He's only going to get stronger in the future. The way the way he affects the game, the intelligence of what he does, the technical ability on top of that, left foot, right foot. I mean, that's what I mean. Credit to our coaches. You know, one day I do need to do a video on Chelsea's coaches, just obviously showing praise in that. But you guys, of course, that was my match reaction to Mason Mount. Let me guys know what you're thinking below in the comment section. How are you thinking of the player? How do you find him? For me, this is a guy I believe in. This is a guy that I wanted to invest in. Invest in him. As we've seen with Ajax recently, there's a massive advantage in building a team where a lot of the squad members have played together for a while. I mean, Mason Mount has played with guys like De Silva and Hudson-Odoi for time. Can you imagine a left-hand side with that? Where maybe him and Ruben are interchanging positions, Kante and behind. And for me, you guys, you know, if we want to use Mason Mount, Ruben together, you have to have Kante in behind. And for me, this is why I don't see Jorginho being an option forever, for now, but not forever. And I think that with that technical ability, I think we'd be a better midfield with a Ruben, Mason Mount and Kante, in my personal opinion. But you guys, expect me to do more match reactions. Of course, shout out again to CFC Videos. Thanks, bro, for letting me do this. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. See you guys later.